Support for the show comes from Amazon Prime. You might think of Prime as only a way to get fast, free delivery or maybe as the place to stream movies, shows, and sports. But it's actually way more than that. Maybe you've got a passion or a hobby. Prime can help you get the most out of it. Whether you're streaming documentaries on marine animals, ordering action figure stands with free one-day delivery, or finding the perfect playlist to impress that special someone, Prime makes it easier and faster to do what you love. Whatever you're into, it's on Prime. Visit Amazon.com/Prime to get more out of whatever you're into.
Hey, all you cool cats and kittens, Jon Wertheim here. It is today's Quick Serve, our wrap-up of Roland Garros, sponsored by Amazon Prime for the Serve Podcast Network. Day 6, day 6 in the books. It was a long one. Full disclosure, I was courtside for a lot of the day for 2 matches, so I can tell you everything you want to know about Tommy Paul against Karen Khachanov. I can tell you a lot about Carlos Alcaraz, Damir Džumhur. I did not see a whole lot of other tennis because that's where I was stationed, but let's run through the results. Good day of tennis here as we make the turn into the business end of this major. Kick things off, Aryna Sabalenka going for her first Roland Garros title, straight set winner over Olga Nilovic, the lefty from Serbia. Sabalenka continues to look very strong and look like the betting favorite that she is. Holger Rune followed her up, beat Kenton Halys in 5 sets. Halys a few points from winning this match, a heartbreaking loss for him. He ends up being the last Frenchman remaining for reasons we will get to in a moment. Jasmine Paolini, crowd favorite, finalist last year, Rome champion just a few days ago. She advanced, as did Carlos Alcaraz. That was a night session. That's where I was. This was a very strange match for about 90 minutes. This was the Carlos Alcaraz performance featuring Damir Džumhur as cannon fodder, as the obligatory opponent. It was a fun atmosphere. Everybody was applauding, a lot of smiles. There were fans on the concourse. Then all of a sudden, Damir Džumhur takes an injury break in the 3rd set. He breaks Carlos Alcaraz, closes out the set, gets a break to start the 4th, and all of a sudden this goes from a fun night out in Paris on a Friday night, getting to see one of the great stars of international sport, to, whoa, could this be a colossal upset? Very strange. Damir Džumhur, 33 years old. He's very flashy, great shot maker. Not a booming tennis presence, had 0 aces, and Carlos Alcaraz just seemed to go on a bit of a walkabout. A weird match, an entertaining match. Carlos Alcaraz ended up getting it together, or we would have led with that, and ended up closing it out in 4 sets, but it was longer than 3 hours, and a very strange kind of match. Carlos Alcaraz can rest easy. His defending champion, his title defense is still intact, but not the last 90 minutes he was looking for, especially because he has a very tough next opponent in Ben Shelton. Remember, Ben Shelton got a walkover in the 2nd round match, so Ben Shelton has only played twice, but he's in the 4th round. That's Carlos Alcaraz's next opponent. Shelton won pretty handily today. Other matches, Lorenzo Musetti, who has been playing so well this year. He lost a set, the 1st set, and then triumphed pretty handily. Iga Swiatek, the draw is really looking good, and so is her tennis. We sort of spoke, all credit to Andy for essentially saying, give her her props for what she's achieved. Bank on her based on her track record. Maybe Roland Garros will have this restorative effect on her tennis. That's pretty much what happened. She wasn't at her best today, but she beat Jacqueline Christian. She also was very happy to learn that Jelena Ostapenko, her kryptonite, was eliminated by Elena Rybakina. So not only is Iga Swiatek playing well, the draw is opening up for her, and suddenly she's looking like a pretty good contender to win that 5th Roland Garros in the last 6 years. Rybakina, again, as I said, beat Jelena Ostapenko. Maybe next week we can talk a little bit more about Rybakina, who's played very well here. Remember, she can play on clay. She beat Serena Williams at Roland Garros in Serena Williams' last match. A lot of off-court theater with Rybakina. Maybe Andy and I can get to next week, but she's in week 2. Other matches, Frances Tiafoe beat Seb Korda, battle of 2 Americans, and Frances has been very buttoned up. Here's a player who we often sort of say, lovely guy, good presence out there, and boy, it's a shame he cannot bring that U.S. Open intensity the other 50 weeks of the year. Well, he's bringing it here. Hasn't lost a set, beat Korda, won a tight tiebreak in the 1st set, and then really closed it out. And suddenly, Frances is looking very strong here on the clay. Other matches, Victoria Mboko, born in, drumroll, Charlotte, North Carolina, where, exactly. Give it up for Charlotte. Pity the United States couldn't have seized her as their own because She moved to Canada and now is a bright Canadian prospect, 18 years old. Remember the name. She's been a real revelation. I mean, this is like Fonseca of the women's side, I'll say. Maybe that's an exaggeration. But Victoria Mboko, very nice player, very poised in the interview room. Just a great revelation this tournament, really this entire spring. She did not win today, however. She lost to Zheng Chenwen, who is a Olympic gold medalist at this same venue. Zheng has been playing very well here. The match that I watched for 4+ hours, Tommy Paul, we were told he was injured, had a grade A strain of his abdomen. It did not look good. Talked to his coach, Brad Stein. It was sort of like, this thing ain't going to get better. Tommy's just got to struggle and get through it. Guess what? Tommy struggled and got through it. He played like a truck owner. This was just sort of gritty, grimy, dusty tennis. And Tommy Paul prevails in 5 sets. Really, I thought an admirable performance. Remember, this is the boys champion here 10 years ago. Has never really replicated that in the men's draw. Now he is in week 2. Again, keep an eye on the ab, but he got through it and gritted out a 5-set win. Ben Shelton, as I mentioned, has gotten lucky with injuries, got lucky with a draw, played the Italian qualifier Gigante, and Ben Shelton was Gigante. By far the superior player today. Alina Svitolina, crowd favorite. Married to Gael Monfils. She's doing all. I understand she may be getting an MBA, I was told. She's also a Ukrainian player playing under a very difficult circumstances. A mother. Alina Svitolina's got a lot going on. You know what she's going on? A week 2 showing because she outlasted Bernarda Pera, the American lefty, in a late match on court Simone Mathieu. Amanda Anisimova, who nearly reached the finals here 5 years ago, beat Clara Tauson of Denmark in another result. 2 big off-court stories that were breaking late this afternoon and this evening. Arthur Fils, the 20-year-old Frenchman, won a stirring second-round match over João Munar of Spain, of Mallorca. Great match, great atmosphere, up and down. We talked about it yesterday. Fils wins in 5 sets, yanks his shirt off, controversy, booing, whistling, exhaustion. But at age 20, Arthur Fils does not have what it takes to recover fast enough. He said he took a lot of ice baths. He did not hit today, but late today we got word that he will not be able to post for his 3rd rounder. So Andrei Rublev, the opponent, advances. 2 effects of that. One of them is, unfortunately, there are no more French players remaining. Arthur Fils, 20 years old. I mean, Andy and I have talked about him a lot. Electric player, a lot of shot making, great personality. Pity for this event that he is not able to compete in another match. What it does mean is that João Fonseca gets his match moved to Longland Court. So João Fonseca, who has been exiled to the boonies inexplicably, will now play along with all those Brazilians on a show court. Let's the other big news though that broke was Lou Shear, the head of the USTA. Shear to the Mets, which sounds like a baseball trade. It is not. Lou Shear is leaving the USTA and going to work as president of business operations for the Mets. I guess the good news is his commute time won't change. The Mets, of course, play on the other side of the Long Island Railroad tracks. But this is a bit puzzling. I mean, Lou Shear, generally well liked. He's been at the organization for a long time, well respected. Just last week, the USTA announced $800 million renovation refurbishment to Arthur Ashe Stadium. The U.S. Open, which is going to this 3-week event, they're going to hold the mixed doubles event in advance. A lot of innovation going on. That's less than 90 days away. So to lose your leader this close is a bit problematic for tennis. I was told the interim. I don't know. All right, well, we'll say this, and I hope this. I'm not going to get fact checked. I think I've got this secure enough. But apparently, the interim leaders are going to be Brian Vahaly, former player who's chairman of the USTA board, and Andrea Hirsch, longtime a lawyer there, who now I believe is COO. They're going to be the interim leaders, but in all likelihood, there will not be a replacement. This is a big job for American tennis, big job for the U.S. Open. Not ideal timing. I can't imagine that job is going to be filled by the time the U.S. Open rolls around. So this is sort of an interesting twist in tennis. Lou Shear, I suspect Steve, the bottomless vortexes that are Steve Cohen's pockets may have perhaps been the decider here, but Lou Shear will now be across the LIRR tracks from the National Tennis Center. He'll be working for the Mets. Congratulations to him. Again, this is one of the good guys of tennis, reasonable, sort of a compromiser. It's a pity tennis loses him, but the USTA has a big leadership hole to Phil, that's an off-court story from a different major. And I suspect that Roland Garros might have preferred that news had held. So there'd been more attention on their event. But as it is, day 7 awaits. It is actually today. We have gone past midnight. What do we have on the schedule? Jesse Pegula, 3rd seed against Monketa Vondrousova, former finalist here. Just quick factoid. Pegula and Tommy Paul share a physio. Tommy Paul's got a lot of recovery to do. I hope for Jesse Pegula's sake she is healthy because that poor physio is going back and forth between 2 players. Alexander Zverev trying to win his first major and do 1 round better than last year where he reached the final. Is playing Kaboli. What do we say? Leave the gun, take the Kaboli. But I think we take Zverev to win in that one. Coco Gauff against Marie Buskova. I believe I'm a lapsed hockey fan, I must confess, but Marie Buskova's boyfriend, what's his name? Alex, help me. Who's a hockey fan? You guys hockey fans?
Nope.
Who's the captain of the Panthers? Her boyfriend's playing in the Stanley Cup. I don't know if that's going to be a distraction or maybe a motivation, but Marie Buskova is Coco Gauff's opponent in the next round. Alexander Barkov. There you go. As opposed to Michael Barkan. Alexander Barkov is Marie Buskova's boyfriend. Just a little tidbit. I do not think that will have any impact on this match, which I suspect Coco Gauff will win. Other matches, it's starting to smell a lot like Novak Djokovic. Remember him? 3-time champion, 24 majors. Boy, are we in such a different place than we were like 10 days ago. Not only does he come in winning a title, not only does he look good here, in his 3rd round match, he plays a qualifier, Filip Mislic, who beat Denis Shapovalov in the previous round. Boy, Novak Djokovic's fortunes have sure changed. And suddenly he has gone from, what do we make of Novak, to there are fewer and fewer reasons why he cannot win here and thus win his 25th major. I would be very surprised if he is tested by a qualifier, but you never know. Who else do we have in action? Mira Andreeva, a semifinalist last year, who's looked very good so far. Yannick Sinner gets Yuri Leheshka. Fonseca Draper is a big match that 2 young stars on the make. That will be a hot ticket. Fonseca Mania continues to rage here. This is a big step up for him. This is a big test, though. Let's see how he can do against a top 5 player. They played earlier this year. This will be a tough one for Fonseca. Maddie Keys against Sonia Kenin. Those 2 know each other well, 2 former Australian Open champions. Daria Kasatkina of Australia against Paula Badosa. Alexander Bublev, who a lot of people chastise us for not mentioning his upset of Alex de Minaur. Alexander Bublev, who can A, play on clay, and B, when he feels like it, can play with anyone, has looked very good. Came back from 2-0 against Alex de Minaur, which is no easy task. So we apologize. All credit to Alexander Bublik. Watch for his next round match. Battle of 2 Brits. This is the first time since 1968 that 3 British men have been in the 3rd round of this tournament, and they'll get 1 player into the 4th round because Cam Norrie plays against Fernley. Talon Griegspor against Ethan Quinn, the lone American to qualify, a college player with a monster forehand. Very nice tournament for Ethan Quinn, regardless of how that goes. Haley Batiste is in action as well. Novak gets that night session. Andy and I at some point will address this controversy of no women playing at night. Now is not the time, though. It should be a great day of tennis. I mean, this event, so far, the weather has been great. The matches have been great. This is tennis sort of transitioning into the era post-Rafa, post-Roger, post-Serena. We've got upsets. We've got some stalwarts. But this has been a very strong tournament, I think, through week 1. We will have another quick serve tomorrow brought to you.
We won't have another quick serve tomorrow.
We're doing the draw show.
Yeah, we're doing the redraw show, baby.
All right. I stand corrected. It's the redraw show is sponsored by Amazon
Prime. Yes, it is
right?
correct. Yeah, we're doing it a little bit early for everybody because on Tuesday we'll have our Andre Agassi special. So we are going 4th round through the finals where John and Andy get to eat some crow. You guys get to make fun of them in the comments and tell them how wrong they are, and they'll probably pick all the safe picks.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't even know why we're doing a redraw. The implication is that we missed a couple of picks along the way, but I don't recall missing any. Yeah. So I stand corrected. Tomorrow we will have a redraw show. We've got a lot of other fun stuff coming up. I didn't realize this Andre Agassi was. I didn't realize this was public info. I thought we were sort of tap dancing around it. But there you have it. We've got Andre Agassi as well. Again, this has been a really fun tournament so far. I hope it keeps up the momentum. We'll be back redrawing. Francisco Cerundolo, you are dead to me. Just kidding. But we will have our new picks. Luckily, Damir Džumhur is not a player we have to reckon with. But I'm still getting over sitting courtside for the last 90 minutes of Carlo Alcaraz. That was a strange match tonight. Props to Damir Džumhur.
Get some sleep, Chad.
Yeah, I'm going to sleep. You guys be well. Thanks everyone for listening. This is Quick Serve, brought to you by Amazon Prime. We'll be back tomorrow redrawing.
Support for the show comes from Amazon Prime. Prime is more than just fast, free delivery. It's your go-to for streaming music, movies, and sports. Plus, it's also a great way to connect with the things you love. Into skiing? Stream ski films on Prime Video even when the slopes are bare. Love fishing? You can get new gear delivered fast and be back by the water in no time. Planning your next big trip? Prime helps you get everything you need faster than you can write your out-of-office email. Whatever you're into, it's on Prime. Visit Amazon.com/Prime to get more out of whatever you're into.